Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Bismillah. 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 That's the beginning. The beginning of the story. Happy Monday. Why did I not know that today was Monday? Like, my schedule apparently has been thrown all the way to the left, to the left.
A while ago, I wanted a doctor Sebi.
So, yeah. I hope everyone had whatever weekend they had and, you made the best of it. And period, and period, and period, and period. All right, I got one more thing. And y'all see your girl is get it tight, get it right. All right, y'all give me 1 second. We got one more platform and then we're good to go. Check that mother sucker in. Uh-oh, what's happening? Why are you like that? Why are you upside down? Are you upside down? No, we just the wrong way. Okay, let's see. I only see my goals. I don't believe in failure. Unsolicited advice. Hey, baby. Oh my, great rising, Miss T. Sending all the love, love, love. I love you back. Hey, friend. All right, we lights, camera, action on all the posts, on all the go. Let's see where we at over here, y'all. I hope y'all had a great holiday. Blessings, blessings, and more blessings to everyone. I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here and showing up. Don't know what that is, but we gonna figure it out. All right. The song I've been playing, Athena, I know. Athena, I love you. Oh, Gaze, hi. Welcome, Gaze. I didn't know you was up there above her. I didn't see that. All right. The song that I have been broadcasting all weekend. All right, y'all see that also? That's that, mind you, I ain't got nothing on my face. Nothing. Ain't no filters on none of this stuff. I don't know about y'all TikTok. Y'all might have something. But anyway, y'all, this is getting better. It is Banana Bright, something by Ole Henriksen. It ain't an ad. I'm just letting y'all know that your girl is getting skin health, journey, everything. Period. Athena said you glowing. Thank you, girl. Save his draft. Go on and get off there. Y'all, when you start kicking people out your energy and you just start, dealing with you and you only you, I mean, life becomes, oh, I ain't even bring no tissue. Life becomes so much better because we already know I'm going to be snotting and everything before I get off here. So, I'll get it in a minute. But anyway, or hopefully somebody come. I think one of my sons still here. But anyway, yeah, this is getting better. And mind you, it's tightening up also. But it could be tightening because, I'm slimming down a little bit, but also in the process I'm trying to get one of these people to give me it's a sauna, right? I'm trying to advertise as much as I can so I can take care of something, but right now I want them to give me a sauna so that way as I'm shrinking, the skin tighten like it's supposed to too. But so far they keep denying me and I don't know what's up with them with that, but you know what I'm saying, y'all, I'm gonna be y'all best salesperson ever because I'm gonna tell them whether or not it worked right or not. Anyway, plus I need it. So I don't know why they don't go and pay attention to the people that they got advertising, because I know half them people that they didn't gave it to ain't using it, and I would be a better suitable. But I ain't gonna say nothing. It come when it come. God give when He give. Okay. So I don't know why my eye running. So let's go over here to the dashboard. I'm going to say, hi, guys. Welcome to my platform. This is going to be a message for the collective. Collective, my messages are timeless. So when they see them, when you see them, is when you're meant to hear them. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, follow. It's free. Please tap that screen. It helps my platform. It lets them know that I showed up to work at 8:15. Thank you. Hold on. Let me grab me some tissue right now because I ain't going to do it. I am not going to do it because we going to get her done. Anyway, let me tell y'all something. Oh, this is one of the things that my son actually slide into the seat. Period. Get in there. This is one of the things that my son gave me, and so he gave me two of them, and I love it. It's actually to go around my. It's a scarf for my hair and everything else, but I done set it there because mind you, these are Mayfair, Wayfair, something. These shits is plush. I got them from him too. All right. So don't mind me because I do dig in my nose just a little bit here and there. It's human and a part of the journey. Every time I sit here, my nose starts to snotting. So don't know why, because I was upstairs the whole entire time. Everything fine. Spiritual realm shit, I guess. Sometimes I cuss. Don't mean to. I'm trying to, stop. But here and there, God is working on me. So, charge it to my head, not my heart. One or two may slide out. And yeah, we're going to have some fun. Sometimes I get trolled. So, just giving the new people a heads up, it's going to be okay. If you see it, in the comments, y'all can take care of it too. I don't mind. Just say, I got it for you. Although, most of the time I like just ejecting them. I don't delete them or block them because I need them to go ahead and still get the message. It's not their fault. They wasn't raised properly. And sometimes that's their job. Everybody has a job on this, realm in this plane. So message being, where y'all at over here? Let me see. Cause we gonna get her done, honey. You have nothing to fear. You have nothing to fear. This space is a sanctuary for alignment and intuitive guidance. All right. So all I kept hearing was two things can exist at one time. So definitely true. Also, just so y'all know, I like using AI. If you don't like using AI, whoop-de-doo, but I do. For everything bad that it does, it also does something good because, as in life, two things can exist at the same time. So and mind you, I done caught it lying multiple times. So I do know that they reprogram it and everything else to do whatever, yada, yada, yada. But as with everything, know thy enemy. Okay? So when people out here telling you, oh, don't know thy enemy. Know what you're dealing with, okay? Be thankful that God has given us the truth. You're going to hear me continue to promote it. Why? Because I know everybody is mad at everything that's being said. Guess what? You now get to make an informed decision based off of what these people are doing and saying. And whether or not you be a go along to get along is up to you. But at least you're now informed. So listen and listen good when these people be talking, including me, because I'm not exempt from the system. Understand? So over here at Earth School, everybody, because mind you, we learning from Earth. This is the classroom. And I'm explaining to everybody because these people don't know. They don't know. This is trial and error. They start introducing stuff into the system. Guess what? They don't know what's going to happen until a few years down the road. Understand? So this is the disclaimer because over here we're going to talk the truth, tell the truth. And guess what? I ain't above the system. So, I'll be asking questions in the middle of asking questions. I don't know everything. Matter of fact, it's a lot of stuff that I don't know. So please let me know. Because I'm not going to be like one of these other people that sit on a platform and swear up and down they know everything. Meanwhile, they know nothing while claiming that they know the people lying to them, okay? So when you hear that, know that. How you so certain on that? Mind you, they don't even trust their intuition. Why? Because we have been trained since, a young jit not to trust your intuition. They've been running you down, teaching you, telling you what to think, what to feel, and how you feel about certain situations. I'm sure as a child, many of you went to somebody and said, something or another, and they said, no, that's not it, like these adults be doing. And I want to use another word. It starts with an S, and it's definitely not super. Okay? It rhymes with oopid. Okay? Anyway, just know that everything is yours and yet nothing is yours at the same time. Okay? So, my weekend was spent on learning and producing, all right? Because I was, this girl just giving it out, okay? Putting stuff out. Um, what I learned was, um, and I'm gonna say this, and some people gonna get mad, and I don't care if you get mad or not. Talk to your mama, but in some cases, I'm gonna be talking to the mama, okay? Because I seen her, talking too. Either way, listen and listen good. If you went outside of this country on the beginning, or what they call the beginning, why would you do such a thing? If you have any intuition, you know how they be saying some of these people don't have, they have the survival instincts of a gnat. I get that y'all, my girl wants to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. But guess what? Um, if you following people that don't trust their instincts or don't have a gut feeling, and you landed yourself outside of this place, and I ain't talking about nobody that went to parts that are still considered the U.S., because I done seen a lot of people talking about Puerto Rico and some other stuff that's still considered the U.S. You still on homeland ground, even though they try to act like it's not, right? Or any other place that's connected to us, you still good, all right? So I get it. But why would you have thought, with everything that's happening, that you should, fly your ass anywhere outside of down the street? And then when everything got shut down, and I ain't talking about nobody around here, because y'all can drive. You can drive from state to state and everything else to get relocation back to home. But if you went up out of here, you have the survival instincts of a gnat, because you ain't paying, or you have a lot of privilege. That could also be another thing. Or you thought you had some privilege until you didn't. Because ain't no way nobody can convince me to, roll myself on up out of here with the way these people acting. Ain't no way. So, sorry about your luck. And I really am, because listen, I have kids that I ended up telling them the same exact thing. I'm glad you didn't choose. It would be their choice, because they like, roaming around and moving around. But whatever happens when it happens is what happens when it happens. Everybody has to, play their own part. And if you didn't get the memo like the other people did, don't go nowhere. Definitely probably not part of my group, because ain't no damn way. The other thing, people were mad at what happened on that day, right? Meanwhile, back at band camp, the people that are a part of the, where they've been having a foot on their neck this whole entire time, those people were happy. And at first, because I don't get into other people's business, like we got a lot of business that we haven't taken care of right here on the property, right on the land. And if you focus everywhere else, true, we're programmed before we even come out. Yeah, hello, out the bun. We got a lot of stuff, issues that we can deal with right here on these grounds around here. And I don't mean talking about in my house, I mean talking about on this whole US of A. Okay, there's a lot of issues that we could be dealing with here. So y'all busy, distracted in other people's business, and then y'all was mad, and also y'all was reporting, two things can exist at the same time. So where somebody was mad because a person did this, and this is another thing, that goes into this. How is one big head upset at the other big head? The same thing he's trying to do, this person has already done. So are you mad or are you jealous? Anyway, long story short, thank God for whatever's happening. And I'm going to just explain it to you how they explain it to you. I can also put them on the line so y'all can hear them. So there was somebody's great or great grandmother or something. She was thankful as to what just happened. Why? Because she said there's nothing that they have been being given anyway. The resources and everything else have been being used by that particular era of things. And for 20 something years, they have been having their foot on the common folks' necks, right? So they was clapping it up that the people went and, got them on gone, right? I also saw on the other side that some people over there, well, no, it was some people over here saying, tit for tat. We helped you, you help us. I saw that actually taking place. I thought it was pretty funny because, y'all, this right here, these tweets, I don't get nobody's tweets. I don't know why I'm getting this particular person's tweets. And if y'all ain't on that, go look at what this person just said. It just came across my phone. It disappeared, so I can't show you. Um, mind you, this Joker is very much confident in what he been doing, because apparently, y'all, I feel I'm torn between the two, because listen, I love the truth. I love the fact that they just don't care and they want to tell everything because they are just patting themselves on the back and they proud of what they doing. But if we don't learn something from what just happened from them people over there, it is 20 years in the making that they are now happy that somebody that is as big-headed as that person was came over there and got them. Now, just so y'all know, they learn from the mistakes. We better too. And if y'all want to be 20 years like these folks over here under, whatever it was, keep acting like y'all don't see. But also, I know y'all see, because again, but how does everyone do this collectively? But on another note, it might not even take us to do it. It may just take God. Because I also saw something. Y'all know the strange fog is back, right? And I told y'all before, about the illnesses that come with it, right? Now, if I can get a lot of y'all gone already, it ain't even gonna matter, because y'all not even gonna have the numbers to deal with it. Mind you, I've been seeing a lot of that too, because there's so many people that are laid up right now that it is crazy. Mind you, a lot of y'all like pop locking and dropping it and all that other stuff. That house in Virginia is being bought a whole lot. Mind you, after that, it is the what you call this area, respiratory, right outside. So, if you get it, then you get it. If you don't, then you don't. But I promise you, that right there is not right. Mind you, my camera, if you have a video camera, and this is how y'all can see for yourselves, my house, is surveillance all over the place, right? So I can see the difference in when the fog is not moving how it's moving, or when it's doing that thing that is not normal. What is that? If you have a video camera, watch your cameras when it happens, because when it's regular fog, it's just a mist. It's just like it's still. When it's that other thing, it's like a lot of movement with no wind. It's not snowing. Watch y'all cameras. You will see it. I promise you. So that's been happening. It's happening right now too. So anybody, that is, and I also told y'all, it was Solomon, it might be Solomon Root, or I did another video. If you, it might be pinned to the top. If not, it might be on my Instagram, but it is pinned to the top on one of my pages. That's what I took when I first seen it. And mind you, this was last year, but literally for this the first year. No, last year. Last year was the first year. We just went into this year, so it's still the same time. That I saw it and it didn't affect me. But for 3 years, that was affecting me. to where I was being shown. The first year, it was so heavy, and a lot of people kept saying stuff about it, but nobody was listening. And so now I'm taking it that, and anybody else that it happened to 2 years ago, y'all can let me know, because I know some of y'all are around here. When I got the message, you're immune to that, y'all probably didn't get, sick or anything because I didn't when everybody else started, because there's a lot of people that are very much sick right now. Anyway, so take it how it resonates. But back to the people. So the lady was, matter of fact, let me let them tell y'all, because shit, that's their story. Let's let them talk about it. So that way y'all know I ain't got no reason to lie to y'all. I tell y'all everything I be talking about, y'all can go look it up, because they was exact, what is it? Ecstatic. That's the word. About the situation that was taking place. But mind you, it was being reported over here that it was, not so happy-go-lucky type things happening.
Hi, my name is Paula, and
Her name's Paula.
am Venezuelan, born and raised. I've lived in the United States for almost 10 years to the date, and I am an American citizen also, by the way. The main reason why I'm coming here today, I'm literally nobody, and if this reaches one person, my job here, that one person that didn't know what was happening in Venezuela, and now they do, my work here is done. I am outraged about the comments I've been seeing today. I made the mistake myself of going on social media and reading all the news outlets reporting on the news of the Venezuelan strikes, well, military strikes to remove Maduro, thank you. And everybody, ton of Americans, and then from whatever you're from, but you've never been to Venezuela, you have no idea about the political situation in Venezuela, the history of Venezuela, and trying to be like our saviors, like I can't. Let me set some things straight. First of all, the regime has been going on since 1998 when Chavez was elected president. From there on, their country is the mess, in good words, that it is today. We have suffered a lot. The Senate was dissolved. The Constitution was changed. They bought the military.
First and foremost, if y'all listen to her, she get ready to run down to y'all exactly what y'all seeing right now. But it happened to them 20 years ago.
The armed forces. Many people have been killed, kidnapped. You can go do the Google search yourself. Or just ask, because clearly Google's not working for you people. Three things I want to get across today. One, Venezuelans are sad. No, we're not. This is literally the happiest day of our life. This is our second independence. We are still in shock, complete shock about what finally happened. We have been wanting this. We have been praying for this. We have been literally anybody that we have been able to go to and ask, and nobody listened to us. So we are happy.
Okay. So I'm gonna let her finish, but two things existing at one time, because although a lot of people are upset because of the movements that are being made, but y'all have never heard so much truth before in y'all life. The person is doing two things. Although they're acting out, their behavior, and I can't even call it bad behavior because I like the truth. And so, but I'm not going to appreciate or like the movements that they're trying to make that is against people that look like me. Okay. So again, it's got me in a right here, because on one hand, yay for them for being bold enough to be able to even come and do the stuff that is being done. But, boo for them, because why are you trying to put your foot on my neck again? I ain't did nothing to you, sir. All right.
Enjoy. And even if you're a Venezuelan in Venezuela or a Venezuelan outside of Venezuela, in any country that you are, if you left 10, 15 years ago, 5 days ago, or a week ago, we are all happy. So don't worry about us. We're happy. The United States only attacking Venezuela because of the oil. People, we do not control our oil. We haven't seen our oil.
And this is where the problem begins. This is where it started. Okay? So, because I'm going to let you listen to another young man that's going to say the same thing. The enemy of my enemy is not my friend. And just because you haven't seen it, don't mean that you shouldn't. It should be returned to the rightful owners. And if that's the people, then that's the people. But again, the thinking is now, hooray, they just saved us from this. But mind you, do you want to go into, the next thing? So this is where collectively we're going to have to start to use our thinking caps. Because great job that you did that, but let's not act like that we don't want our stuff returned. And that's for everybody. And another thing, matter of fact, I'm going to let her finish.
Russia, Iran, Cuba, China, whatever other countries, Central America and South America, we've been giving away our oil to all these countries. Like, we're not seeing that. Anyways, so, and we used to have trades and whatever other things with the United States before Chavez about our oil, and our country was working fine. So the way we don't care, don't worry about us. If the United States wants to take our oil, we will be happy to be giving away the oil to the United States if that means that our country's safe, and that us citizens, residents of whatever of Venezuela are going to be good, are going to be able to make money, are going to be able to retire, which none of those things are happening right now. And then number 3, if you're worried about what United States did to Venezuela and like what's gonna happen now, nothing, literally, and I mean this, nothing can be worse than the hell we've lived up until now. So stop, and I mean this, stop trying to explain Venezuela to Venezuelans. Stop. If you want to know, reach out to someone from Venezuela, okay? Either that are living there or that left. So
okay, so let's go find the people that because she at the end. Well, no, let's finish.
I am very upset. I am outraged. I spent a dumb amount of time today on social media reading all these comments, and that was my own mistake, and that's why I felt compelled to make this video, leave it open. I am open to answer any and all questions if you're genuinely wanting to know what's going on. Any comments about trying to explain to me what's happening or how I must feel today, like, you're out. I'm not kidding. Thank you very much.
Meanwhile, she lives in America, so also don't, take it with a grain of salt. Okay? Now, let's see, because I need to find the people that were genuinely, feet on the ground that actually lived there, because there's a little old lady that she was extremely hype. Like, they were very much happy. So let's see if we can find them.
Okay. You smell.
Guess who's here?
Why would I?
And another thing.
There was a young guy that was explaining it as well. But again, we have our own, because everybody be distracted looking at and paying attention to. But meanwhile, we still have our own stuff to deal with. So sometimes we have to stay out of other people's business, although the business is still ours, okay? So I'm going to say that. Oh, I got one more thing to say too. Hold on, because did I not put him on there? Okay, so for some reason he's missing. Oh, did I send him? I might have sent them. The other thing is, everybody, if your people are acting strange after going into some people got glitched recently. And the reason why I know is because I got glitched. And so I'm watching, and this one particular person that I watched that is now glitched, and I feel bad for her. Why? Because she don't know what's wrong. But as I'm looking at her, I'm saying, dang. No, I sent them her. Why did I send y'all her? I sent the collective the same girl. I meant to send y'all somebody else, the boy. All right, so when I get it later on, I will show y'all. But anyway, there was a grandmother that lives there, and they went to the great-grandmother that lives there, the granddaughter, they were going to the girl's house. They genuinely lived there. So these people were ecstatic because they're saying what that girl said. So to each his own. I don't know, not my business, not my monkeys, not my show. But The enemy of my enemy is not my friend. And whether or not a person helps you out and, takes, the tyrant or the tyranny or whatever the word is, or the person that got their foot on your neck, that does not allow them to take everything that this person has now done. You're just changing hands. So why they would think that, but mind you, the dude that I was going to show y'all that said this, he said the same exact thing, that they haven't seen it, so they are okay with us coming over there, and not us, but going over there, getting and taking it. It still don't make it right. If you're gonna help, help. So it's like a backhanded help. I'm helping y'all because technically they trying to take from you too. That's not cool. And so now that is another thing that we collectively over here, because we are still part of these grounds, even though we're not condoning it, we're still condoning it, because did you hear how she said the steps were taken? They're following a plan. Mind you, they already told you. So again, you can't be mad because they already gave you the play. Now, the thing that you could be mad at, and the thing that I'm, kind of concerned about is the fact that it's making the people be divided. And you know what that kind of constitutes. United we stand, divided we fall. So we're arguing and debating and bickering against each other, but meanwhile we're not looking at the problem. That it's cold as I don't know what outside, and people are losing stuff left and right. Their life, their, anything, freedom. Now we can't even really have a conversation about something that we should be able to talk about, but meanwhile we're not even able to talk about it. This place stood for the land of the free, the home of the brave, right? Is what it said. But meanwhile, it was covered up in wrapped up in a nice little bow of lies. And so now that all the lies are being unraveled, everybody's upset and everybody's mad. Why y'all upset? Why y'all mad? Shouldn't you be thankful that everything is being shown? So again, two things can be true at the same time. We're going to go back and we're going to do our affirmations, because as y'all know, we got to set our intentions and everything else. And although, we have done that beforehand, we're going to do it again. All right. To make sure that we know that we're going to be covered and everything else. Because not for nothing, this is another thing that was broadcasted to me today via me. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And we don't stand in fear. So if the message is being delivered, because again, when one thing exists, so does the other. The message can be delivered in fear mongering, because that's what the people came and they was talking about other people's business that didn't have nothing to do with them. So it made, everybody go crazy and think that, the sky is falling. Meanwhile, I want to deliver the message in hope and faith, and honoring the system that it was already done on this side this way. So I have to really watch what I say and how I say it, because it's still hope and honor and faith in a system where it's not being shown and it's not being given, because the truth is still going to be the truth regardless of the fact. It happened. It's happening. And how it happens isn't always up to them. The way, your story, because history is his story. Your story, somebody else's story, the way it gets told. So the way they are telling it, the way it looks, could be the same as what they're saying. These people came in, they did this, they did that. Mind you, now it's 20 years later, they still got their foots on our neck. We thankful for. Or it could be this person, they came in, they told the truth, they tried it. We did this, and this is how it played out. So, however it goes, we, the people, the collective, are now in charge of what gets written down into the next cycle or into the next situation. Mind you, God is also showing up in ways where the ground is opening up and, shit's shaking. One day you could wake up and we ain't got to deal with a whole lot of people, because the earth done opened up and everybody inside of it. Take it how it resonates, because God is still in control. I trust myself completely and honor my inner knowing. What is meant for me flows to me with ease. I release what no longer aligns with my highest good. I am safe to grow, change, and evolve. Clarity meets me when I choose honesty with myself. I no longer chase, I attract. My intuition guides me clearly and consistently. I am protected, supported, and divinely guided. I allow peace to lead my decisions. I choose alignment over approval. I stand firmly in my truth without guilt or fear. I am worthy of love that feels calm and consistent. I trust divine timing. Nothing meant for me will miss me. I release control and welcome flow. I am becoming the version of me I once prayed for. All right, and I know y'all hear that we went back to a older version of affirmations, right? Why? Because we have to return to the beginning. In order to know where we came from or where we're going, we got to know where we came from, right? And not for nothing, there's a couple of people who all right, I do want to show y'all that, but something is not right because I sent y'all something else.
In 1933, a group of U.S. businessmen tried to overthrow the government and install a fascist dictator. And it almost worked. Right in the middle of the Great Depression, even. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt came in with the New Deal. Banking reform, labor protections, and taxes on the wealthy. And guess what happened? The richest men in America crashed the fuck out. We're talking DuPont, J.P. Morgan, executives tied to General Motors, Remington, Goodyear, Standard Oil.
And the crazy part is, I'm from Delaware, so DuPont is huge in Delaware, right? So I was shocked to hear that name.
Spear. So what did they do? Well, they planned a coup, a real one. And they needed a popular military hero to help pull it off, right? Enter Major General Smedley Butler, the most decorated Marine in U.S. history at that time. This guy was beloved by veterans, a real soldier. And they thought if he led the coup, the public would trust it. Now, while families were skipping meals, losing their homes in 1933, the elite backers of this coup were living like nothing was wrong. In 1933, the richest families held 40% of all U.S. wealth. Today, the top...
Mind you, during the Great Depression, Hollywood thrived. Y'all can go look it up. So, and the same thing was happening back then. When we first started going into these things, I kept getting 1932. So, come to find out, it happened from... whatever time, but anyway, that was one of the years. So just be mindful.
2% still holds about 42% of all national wealth. 4 out of every $10 in this country. Now, back in 1933, the wealthy were still hosting private galas, awarding themselves bonuses, while the average family works harder for less. So when FDR raised their taxes and asked them to pay a little, they didn't tighten their belts. They decided to overthrow the government. And here was the plan. They would bankroll a private army of 500,000 veterans at a cost of over $30 million. That's $700 million today. They'd march on Washington and force FDR to accept a new position called the Secretary of General Affairs, basically a fancy term for American dictator, modeled directly on how Mussolini and Hitler took power. They told Butler, don't worry about media coverage. The newspapers will support us, they said, because many of the biggest publishers at that time were tied to the same industries funding the coup. And they wanted to use the American Legion, the nation's largest veterans group, as their backbone. And this wasn't fringe. This wasn't 1930s 4chan shit. This was the American elite trying to burn down democracy to protect their profits. Here's the thing. Butler wasn't corrupt. He went along with it for a spell, a snippet, a stint. And then he went straight to Congress. He testified under oath. He dropped names. He laid out the whole plot. And Congress confirmed it. The McCormack-Dickenstein...
Now... what was also dangerous, just so y'all know, because what he's talking about is important, because the what just happened is when them airports and everything just shut down, a lot of the people that just got locked out of, coming back, were very wealthy people. They couldn't buy their way back home. And I'm very sure that a lot of them are very teed off. The reels are, endless. So if y'all haven't seen them, go look them up. And there's not one thing that's going to, piss somebody off, is when I can afford to do anything I want to do and you trying to stop me. It's another form of privilege. So right now, that also happened too. So now I'm sure, that's about to be a thing.
Committee, the group that was later the House Un-American Activities Committee, said, and I quote, "There is evidence that supports General Butler's testimony on the existence of this plot." Now, the coup was real. So naturally, in America, those perpetrators were prosecuted, right? I mean, a plot to overthrow our democracy. Gotta bring that swift hammer of justice down, right? But in America, we don't prosecute the wealthy. We never have. None of the businessmen were ever prosecuted, not a single one. They were too wealthy, too politically connected, too important to the American economy. So the report was quietly filed away, downplayed, and erased from textbooks. Democracy rarely collapses because of the workers. It collapses when powerful people at the top feel threatened. The danger has always been the people who have everything to lose.
Well, guess what? They're being threatened again, folks, and in all the worst ways. So the other thing that came up is, I might still have it. There's a new. Oh, this is the video. That's 3 generations of women that are ecstatic. She went to her great grandma's house. My grandmom, my great grandmom, 93 years old, and grandmother alive to witness the liberation of our country. Meanwhile, back at band camp, the stories and everything were endless about
all the American people, thanks for the concern.
This
However,
another
as a
one.
Venezuelan person, and I'm representing a lot of Venezuelans when I say this, we are totally fine with what's going on. Wait, well, they're gonna take your resources. That's totally fine, bro. We've never had them. The mafia, the narco state, the terrorists that has controlled our country for 25 years has had all those resources under control. It hasn't given anything to the people. What do you think it takes 5 hours to fill up your tank in Venezuela? Even though we're the richest country when it comes to petroleum, gold, and diamonds. Because the government has taken it all for themselves to fund child pornography, to fund child trafficking, to fund drug trafficking, fund terrorism in the Middle East. Everything else that you could think that they could possibly do, they've done it with that money from the petroleum and all of that. We are totally aware of what Donald Trump is doing. We know he's not doing it for faith of heart. We know he's not doing it for love. We know he's not doing it because he wants to save us. We know he's doing it for his own benefits, for the country's benefits, for America's benefits. I live in America, but I am a Venezuelan. And I will tell you, I would hope it was for love. But it isn't. And you know why that's fine? Because the Venezuelan people have never had anything of what Donald Trump is about to take. So how can you be so concerned about something you've never owned when they're going to take it? We're not. Nicolás Maduro has been captured last night. Well, this morning. As soon as Diosdado Cabello, Delcy Rodriguez, and Padrino Lopez get captured, Donald Trump has the right to take everything he wants from Venezuela, and he has...
What makes these people think that? It's not right.
The right to be called the liberator of Venezuela. I don't give a fuck who the guy is. I know what the guy has done. But as a Venezuelan person, aside from everything bad that he has done, he's the only man with...
I will give him credit for that. He does get to have that title, because if he's the only person that's ever went over there to help them people to do that, then that's what I'm saying. 2 things can exist at one time. So let's all be mindful that the information that we're getting, let's learn to train our brains to also think the other side of that. Like what we already have this in here. Now what else is taking place? Let's not just focus on this, because literally our people went on a whole, because they don't like him. And to me, why? We have no reason not to like, and mind you, I'm not lobbying for him, just so y'all know. What I'm lobbying for is always the truth being told. And if this is the only person that then had the balls to be able to do it, I mean, I got some other thoughts, but we'll keep them to ourselves, because there's, problems with balls.
Has stepped up to the Venezuelan regime and actually done something. Nobody has done anything. They've been bluffing and bluffing and bluffing. This is the man who took action against the mafia that has killed members of my family, members of my friends' families, and a lot of people in.
And I'm going to tell y'all where another problem comes in at, because once he's finished, remember what I told y'all about that mighty white card that you can get when you come from another country and they come over here and they tell you, the brown people, I need you to help me put your foot on their neck. I'm going to make you a whole lot better than they are. Meanwhile, so he sound like he ready for his white card, or he might already have it.
Venezuela for 25 years. And today, January 3rd, 2026, it's looking like it's about to be over. So thank you, Donald Trump. You were on my naughty list. No, you're good. You're good. No, you're good, my guy. Yeah, this is how we feel about it. All the American people.
He's good because he helped them do something, but wait until. You see what I'm saying? So you did a good deed. That was a good deed if it was truly a good deed. I'm not judging because I don't have the right to judge. So whatever God has for him on his list of good deeds is what God has for him on his list of good deeds. But the fact that these people seem to think that it's okay, like because you come and save me, I now get to turn over everything that I own and everything to you. No, that's not cool. It's not acceptable. Now, but it's the brain. It's already been 20 years of I got my foot on your neck. So the lesser of two evils is what they're thinking, because they already know, like, this man ain't got time to be coming over here. But the funny part is that I watched something last night, and I never watched CNN, but somehow CNN Real came across my timeline, and it was showing that the lady that just now sat in the seat from the man that got taken, they said the words that they used was that she humiliated him because our government is saying that she's working with him, but apparently she's saying return that person. I don't think she really want him to return though, so we got to remember that people just be talking because they gotta, it's the image. But mind you, now she's done taken over and she's saying, go to hell. I ain't say it, she said it basically. Either way, the lesser of two evils is still a bad choice. And again, I have nothing to say other than as long as the truth is being told, you're being able to adjust. Everybody gets the proper information, and then we get to make proper decisions based off of. So back to our affirmations, because I was saying that and I still need to find that other thing. I was saying that the truth is what is important. My intuition guides me clearly and consistently. I am protected, supported, and divinely guided. I allow peace to lead my decisions. Sometimes as a leader, nobody may understand your decisions. But if everything you do is in revenge or is in animosity or is in struggle and strife or anything else, that's another thing. I choose alignment over approval. I'm going to do the right thing at all costs. Sometimes it is what they call that collateral damage. People may not understand why certain things are happening, but if the goal is basically I'm going to come and steal again, like that's not a good, gesture. Either way, the fact of the matter is it got done. I stand firmly in my truth without guilt or fear, right? All right, remember that, because we was talking about the fact that people get to be racist, right? And that's the thing. Like, you can do whatever you want to do. Like, how is somebody going to tell you that you can't be racist? mind you, I already told y'all black people be racist too. So why y'all don't think that black people, I think it's because of the word, so we can look up the etymology of the word. But the fact of the matter is when we use the hard R word, it is a different type of, brown or black. All right. The A word, another type of, and then it's the ones that are, they rather switch over as fast as they can because they don't really like, where they came from or whatever. So Spike Lee said it and did it best. If you could pass the brown paper bag test, then, you get to slide on in. It's a thing.
Us who look like me who are watching this video, we are all racist. Every single one of us who look like me who are watching this video, we are racist. And let me explain what I mean by that, because if you would have told me that a few years ago, I would have come out of my corner swinging saying, no way, I am not. I have worked in the criminal justice system for decades, and I've seen the systemic racism there and fought against it. I have biracial children, and I have seen the way the world looks at my children who are of a minority race versus my children who look like me. And I would have said, no way. But here is the thing. The more I learn, the more I realize just how much I don't know. Because there are two types of racism. There's the kind of racism that comes from the hate in your heart, and I don't have that. I never have, and I suspect very many of you don't have it either. But there is another kind of racism that comes from ignorance, and that abounds in my life. Even me, who thought that I knew a lot about seeing systemic racism.
Mind you, she got black kids, so I'm gonna give her the right to be able to talk, okay?
But here's what I've learned. The more I learn, the more I realize how unintentionally racist I have been in so many things. And it is on us now, white people, to educate ourselves. We're never going to fully grasp what it means to live in a world where you are the minority and where the system has been set up for hundreds and hundreds of years to benefit people who look like me and to oppress people who look like my children. But we have got to educate ourselves. I'm going to start listing several books and documentaries that I've been watching to educate myself. And I hope any of you who really want this world to be a better place, we have got to start with the foundation that all men and women are created equal. And we have got to set new rules for how we move in this society if we're going to have that. I need to apologize to the friends, the clients, the people I interacted with for so many years, because I thought I wasn't racist, and I'm not, as far as the part that comes out of hate. But the part that is born from ignorance, I'm sorry. I should have done better, and I am learning. For those of you who are watching this who are minorities, please put your advice in the comments. Books, documentaries, movies, or just your life experiences. I want to learn, and I want to help others learn, because I don't want you or your children or my children to live in a world that is designed to fail them. Okay, so let's start this series of educating ourselves in order to make this world a better place. Go love your neighbor.
So my comment to her was, I love her. I went in the comments, I told her I love her. Why? Because at least she is acknowledging. Like, do I expect her to change, hundreds of years of behavior, anything else? No. The fact of the matter is she started. And she shouldn't be afraid to be able to say whatever it is that she felt in that moment. But some other people will come and they will say, well, it's that, like, no. It's healing, being able to get it out of your system. She didn't know. Mind you, she didn't know to the tune of, she has black children. I'm not judging. We're being called to move past our differences because separation is an illusion and it has run its course. Differences were never meant to divide us. They were meant to teach us how the same truth expresses itself in many forms. At a soul level, we all originate from the same source. Different cultures, beliefs, personalities, and paths are simply different languages of the same divine consciousness. When we cling to differences as identity, we forget our shared essence. When we honor them as expression, we remember unity. Divide and conquer. This is how people that are in power stay in power. I have to give y'all something to look at. I have to give y'all something to butt heads at. I have to give y'all levels of things when meanwhile we're all on the same timeline. Everything is now. Everything is running itself and playing itself out at this moment in time. The difference is that now we can see. Now we can say, like she said, love thy neighbor. I don't know how to. What if that's a thing? Because that's a thing. So I'm gonna sit in front of y'all and I can say, I will choose, who chooses me, right? If no matter what color they are. But there's also a thing. When other races of men have chosen me, I didn't know how to love them because I was taught how to love a black man. So, and to me, instantly, not gonna lie, I would run. Because why you wanna date me? Is it a thing where you need to have your little black chicken nugget or, and that may be funny, but for real, on a real note. Because, and to me, I always looked at it like, you need to stick with your own people because of the fact that you see how these people move. Regardless of the fact, nobody wants to acknowledge it. The face of evil, kill, steal, and destroy, it has a face. It's the same face. So I saw something else and I hope I saved it because I might not have. But so there's a picture that could be about to run its course around social media, right? And once it does, I feel like it's going to trigger some real, the picture is of a person that y'all all know that had a picture with another little child. But this child that's about to surface looks like me. And it was cool when you was doing all that, with your own people. It's not cool when you start doing it and it's 6 or 5 or whatever that was. And it looks like me. That's going to get a different type of energy. And whether or not anybody knows it or not, it's that thing where you saying you don't like, and I said you're not going to trick me or you can't convince me. It's the thing where during those times, during slavery days and things of that nature, you look up and the handmaiden or whatever, the slave that was in the house, she now pregnant by the head master. Because you saying you don't like me, but secretly you want all up in me. I'm your favorite. You leave your inheritance and everything to me and mine because of everything that you have done. But meanwhile, you're not supposed to love me or like me. But meanwhile, I'm your favorite flavor of the week. So it's the same as with the wives and things of that nature. When I said, ain't no way in hell you gonna get me to let you wet nurse or suckle my baby on poison. For throughout history, they've been trying to, tell me and my kind or the people that look like me, like, you're less than. You ain't no good. You're trash. But meanwhile, I have been your caregiver, caretaker, nursed your kids, have been, ain't no way in hell. Growing up, if you even attempted to try to get yourself near my kids, that would have been your last day. But meanwhile, it is playing on people's, mental, emotional, or whatever that is. You can't trick me. It's gold in them, their, mounds. And then it keeps being the same cycle over and over and over again. Why is it that y'all will import and export any and everything that will try to, or that will feed the narrative or the agenda that we are the problem. The other part is this: if you go into any black neighborhood or ask any black person, we ain't never did import and exporting on, even right here right now, like they didn't have the planes, trains, and automobiles to get it done. So you keep trying to push a narrative, and it's not even about that. It is me asking why. Why is it so important? Why is it imperative that everybody everywhere else, and it's a thing, so don't be mad at me. Y'all do it to yourselves. Y'all open up for, why is that the narrative? And somewhere in my mind, for me, it makes me feel like somewhere there's a book, somewhere there's a history, somewhere there's something that is written that lets everybody know that your liberation is when everybody stops doing that. And when everybody realizes that we have to come together and look at what the true problem is. And it's not a lot of us. Yes, it begins to be that when it is the arguments back and forth because people are trying to get basic necessities, or people are trying to just get basic human rights, like being considered a person. You want me to do everything as a person, but you don't want to consider me as a person. Why is that? Spiritually, this moment in time is about collective healing. Humanity cannot ascend, evolve, or heal while remaining fragmented. The pain we see in the world is not because we are too different, it's because we have forgotten how deeply connected we are. Every time we choose understanding over judgment, we repair a thread in the collective fabric. So if in fact, it's a whole group over here, and then everybody, that's everybody. And then it's a group over here. Mind you, this group in here is already, trying to clamor and whatever, because they trying to figure out a way to get out of this. But meanwhile, their way was never to, speak to the masses and say that, hey, y'all, if I get cut, I'ma bleed blood, real blood. If you get cut, you're going to bleed real blood. You want me to feed your children, but my children need to eat too. You want shelter and clothing, and just to be able to breathe fresh air. But meanwhile, the people who got us arguing and fighting are messing up the air, stealing everything that the earth the earth is crying out for us to help and assist. Meanwhile, we scared to lose our life, but we already lost it. Our lives are already lost. Because these people are, if I took y'all to my door right now and y'all looked outside, let me take a picture for y'all. How about that? This is what it looks like outside my window right now. Can you see that? It's white. I mean, and fog is normal in the system, right? But I can almost guarantee you that if I go upstairs to my camera and I show y'all what's moving around in that, all of a sudden you'll know. Because when the camera is looking like this, it should just look just like this picture. That's not what it's going to look like. So a lot of y'all waking up with having headaches and things of that nature. A lot of y'all waking up feeling like you mad that you woke up. What we gonna do about it? Because again, two things can exist at the same time. And the other thing is this, because I asked myself this last night, and I said, because I trust in God, right? And if we're waiting on God, then God is going to give us a signal, right? And then I heard something that was amazing. So this guy, he started singing, right? And he was, let me see if I got that too. This man activated chakras in my body with his voice. And he was just outside.
You come across this video, then you more.
He was standing outside near a bridge, and he started singing, and all of a sudden it was lights turning on. And that's the other thing. I don't have it. I have to see if I got it. I might got it still, because I know I saved. Matter of fact, I know I saved it, because I think I sent it to the collective, because they had to experience that. Let me see. Y'all, I keep trying to tell y'all, God is a frequency. And the minute the frequency gets hit, or the minute it turns on, it's going to be unstoppable. So maybe that's the thing, right? But also in the process, we have to still do our part. We still have to get together and say, I love you, like the lady said. I'm not against you. I don't have, like, your kids, my kids, like, society. God allowed us to show up here for a reason. Let me see. This man, like, I don't know if it's his voice or if it was just where he was, because I think the acoustics, are great in those areas. But literally, it's the tone and the pitch. And mind you, it is like, nobody's going to be able to mimic the one. The one that basically God sends to tune everybody up. Because once the message gets sent, or once it is broadcast, it's like everything just lines up. I'm gonna see if I can find it. But anyway, we're also learning that two things can be true at the same time. We can honor our individuality and recognize our oneness. We can hold boundaries and extend compassion. We can stand in truth without standing against one another. Differences become dangerous only when fear is attached to them. But when curiosity replaces fear, differences become bridges. The soul does not ask, how are you different from me? It asks, what part of me are you reflecting? So, back to the dude and the girl that spoke about Venezuela. Y'all have the right, if that's where your land was, y'all have the right to y'all resources. That's just like anybody in any other country, us here and everywhere else. We all have the right to this land. They want us to believe in, everything that they have given us, as far as the holy books and everything else. The land, as far as you can see, belongs to you. It was not designated or designed for it to be held by only a select few group of people. We didn't do anything about it when it came about. Whether or not that's a conversation or anything else. And the fact of the matter is they don't want to have a conversation with us. They don't want to talk to us. Talking is already over and done with, but we're still lobbying to have a conversation. We want our property back. We want everything, and that goes for the people, the collective. We don't want to be taxed or we don't want that. We don't want to have to try to fight anybody for what actually belongs to us. Big business or anything else. We shouldn't have to. And at this point, if it's just an asking, because maybe that might be the one thing that we never asked for. Sometimes we don't be using our free will properly. And so, and I mean like this, as far as, because I done said it one time before. When you ask for everything back, land, your spiritual claiming, because I got some other stuff to say too. But everything that belongs to God's people, and I mean the collective, the people that are hearing, the people that understand, we shouldn't have to be charged for water. Water was already given. Nobody asked you to set your system up and then decided you wanted to charge it. Electricity. Everything is free. Like, it's being shown that there's ways to be able to do certain things without it being hoarded or, we're done with that. And if you're not done with it, that's fine. But you figure out where you can go, where some other people are that, because if you're tired and, of us, we ready for you. Because I already told you, we are no longer tired. We are ready. For whatever happens next, we are ready. And it's only going to go through everybody getting together and making that and having the same understanding that everything has gone on for too long. So if you have not went to God yet and you have not said that you want your everything back, and I mean, you can be as specific as whatever was a part of your lineage, your heritage, your whatever, and know that God is going to listen. You don't have to go through these people in order to get anything done. Stuff is already changing. For a collective group of people to already wake up at this moment in time says and speaks volumes. How did it happen? Because the time is up. We already talked about it. And so if the time is up, y'all go peacefully. If you don't belong here, and I don't mean, I'm talking like if you don't belong here in this energy, in this spiritual realm, in this, collective unity, your time's up. You don't have the right to try to put your foot on anybody's neck. You don't have the right to try to steal anybody's free will. You don't have the right to constitute or institute whether or not somebody believes or not believes. Like, it's just not there. You don't get the right to touch on, innocence and leave it broken to grow up into. You don't have the right. It wasn't yours to ever take. And it is our responsibility, and we should all know that if you wake up in this system again and it's worse, it's your fault. It is your fault. Because now we have a chance, of opportunity that we already know everybody's talking. The energy's talking. It's going to be our fault. Differences become dangerous only when fear is attached to them. But when curiosity replaces fear, differences become bridges. The soul does not ask, how are you different from me? It asks, what part of me are you reflecting? This is why we must get past division, not by becoming the same, but remembering that love does not require sameness to exist. Unity is not uniformity. Unity is in resonance. I remember you. I remember a time when this was happening. So somebody was talking about the Statue of Liberty, because apparently something had happened. But I told y'all a while ago, that statue that's there don't represent us. It should have been taken down a long time ago. Now, the statue that they took, Lady Liberty and the Statue of Liberty, two different things. Mind you, getting you further and further from your belief system, further and further from God, further and further from unity, further and further from us understanding that it was never about our color. That's what made us all great. It was never about the monetary system. It wasn't there. It wasn't necessary. So why are we allowing it to still stand? Why are we allowing it to basically separate us? And that is from land to land, continent to continent, from state to state, city to city. You are not separate from me. Whether or not you are in a different country, a different land, a different continent, you are not separate from me. This is just what has been being taught, which goes into another thing. So let me finish this. You're not here to prove you're right. You're not here to prove you are right. You're here to remember you are connected. When we heal our need to separate, we heal the world. I honor differences and expressions. I honor differences as expressions of same divine source. I choose unity, compassion, and remembrance. All right, so we have a streamer that is abroad, right? And mind you, I only seen this streamer a couple times. So don't know too much about the young man, but instantly it gave me alarms because all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And I love the fact that, everybody wants to say go back to Africa and, go da-da-da-da-da. But I ain't never been there, okay? This is another thing. What I have seen with my own two eyes and with my own energy and emotions is that some of them African people, they don't like us. And again, two things can exist at the same time, okay? So I have been attacked multiple times by some Africans that don't know me. They are praying, or P-R-E-Y, not P-R-A-Y, on Americans because, y'all stupid. Remember, I said the word and I ain't mean to say that, but I ain't say that. They said that because that's what they do. It is a scam and trying to figure out how to get something. And again, I'm not saying all Africans or any of that, because there are some very wealthy Africans and everything else in the midst. But the ones I have encountered make a whole lot of fake pages. And then, you know, they start trying to, and same here, the ones that be here, they don't like us. And it threw me alarms, because it's like trying to feed and give food and this, that, and a third, which is great. But remember, I told y'all, don't eat with nobody that y'all don't, that don't like you. Remember, I told you it's digestive, like it's scientifically proven. Don't break bread with people that you don't like or your energy is not good with, right? It's a thing. And so when I'm seeing that, it's another thing, like, you know, with the rituals and things of that nature that they do, their customs and things of that nature. Not knocking it. I don't got nothing to say. Every time they try to come to me with that, I basically kindly, you know, I rebuke it, and y'all, I don't need it. Do what thou will, right? The thing is that the team is what I'm questioning, not the person. Because with anybody, your collective, your family, your team, your, you know, group of people that you have around you can make you or break you. So, excuse me, one of the things that I happen to see, and y'all be careful of this, because it's that chaining day thing. It's a ritual, right? It's a ritual that they have done in the music industry and everywhere else. I got to put a chain on in order to prove that I'm what you, like, I don't have to do that. I belong to God. From beginning to end, from dust to dust, end to end, from the beginning to the end, I belong with God. You can't put a chain on me. You can't put a bracelet on me. You can't put a nothing on me that says that I am now, good morning, son, that I am now reflecting anything of you, right? So what I saw was it popped up, and they were trying to put a chain on this young man. So he's looking at it, and he's like, nah. Like, I'm good. And he was very polite, and I love his demeanor and everything else. But I noticed multiple times, because they were clipping his streams and it just kept showing up, right? Mind you, I never seen the streams before. They kept clipping his streams. Well, not his whole stream, but I seen clips of his streams. But they kept clipping the streams, and then I seen one where this lady drank something, and then she tried to hand it to him. And he's like, no, I'm good on the food. But what are y'all doing? Because to me, I thank God that this young man is covered. But honestly, on the way, the last stream that I seen, it looked like something was a little different. And I don't know what that is, but again, it's a thing where, because, you know, they say we don't have culture, but not understanding that all cultures, all of it is ours. Because we are also a part of. Like, I don't know where y'all think that y'all ancestors are different from our ancestors. They're the same. So that's the part that I'll be confused by. But that's where the manipulation comes in at. Because why are you trying to do something like slick? And that's the way it always gets done. Like, we could be very curious. Because that's the thing. We like to learn. But y'all take that as a weakness. And every time you try to touch one of God's, and they're innocently trying to learn, and you are manipulating, you're going to have to talk to God about it every time. Because that's a sad, sad trait in y'all. And it's messed up that when we genuinely come and want to understand and want to learn, y'all praying. Prey. Because y'all want money. Or y'all want something that's attached to the person. And that's not right. And whether or not you like it or not, everybody, people can see it. That's the other reason why I love lights, camera, action. When the camera's going, because again, for everything that it does, you know, on one way, it also does something else. So when the cameras go on, you can't deny that behavior that, you know, gets caught slickly on camera. And it's weird that that was even happening. And it might be a thing. Oh, we just drink it. No, we don't do that. Kings get put down for that. You never eat anything that's open or like that you didn't see. Don't do it. Bring your own stuff. That's a real thing. The enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And they will use your own people to do it. Because remember, I told y'all, they are trying to, get out of the situation. Yeah, it's sad, but it's been a tactic, throughout life. So if you don't have the right people around you, and I mean the right people, because some of these people can be bought for the simplest of things. My mom is going through whatever, and I needed to pay the hospital bill, so I traded you in. Y'all watch who y'all have around y'all, because this is a sad fact that divide and conquer, kill, steal, and destroy. But remember, I said all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And they will try to take you down because they know the light that you have or that you carry. They will try to put people next to you because the light that you hold or what you try to carry, what you carry, the future or the changes that you could bring about. These people will try to put you down. And that's to tell y'all not to be afraid, but just to know that, question. Matter of fact, when you get put in a certain position, like run checks and checks and checks and checks and other checks on these people. Because not for nothing, that person was trying to go and show culture and, genuine, I want to learn. But something just didn't feel right about some of that stuff that was taking place. And the other thing they'll do, just for y'all men to know and understand, they will put women in your place or in your way. For them women already be attached. We was talking about how I got that story about Lot and everything else, and I was wondering why the wife turned around. If your husband is here and your children are here, why would you turn around? Because she was helping them people. And so that story ended up coming from one of the things I was looking at. But long story short, when you are a man, a king, that's why I love the fact when that man abroad, they tried to give him a woman. He told them no. He was going to marry somebody from where he was from. And fucking right. That's what he should be choosing. Why? And it didn't matter because it comes in all forms, shapes, and colors. So it didn't matter about the skin color. What mattered was she didn't come from where he came from. So I can't trust you, because he knows that when you get put in position, when you are such a kingly fashion or a manner or characteristic, the wrong person being next to you will be your downfall. So be mindful of that, because that is very important. Let's see what else we got, and then we can go ahead and get out of here. I love y'all, and I thank y'all for, being here. So a message for the collective. A cycle is closing, not with chaos, but with clarity. What once felt confusing is now revealing its truth. You're being asked to stop revisiting old versions of yourself just to make your others comfortable. Growth doesn't need permission. Right now, the energy is about discernment. Not everything that looks familiar is meant to come with you. Pay attention to what feels light versus what feels heavy. Your body already knows the answer. Your mind is still debating. Your body already knows the answer. Remember, I told you, energy is already talking. Your energy is already talking. My energy just, basically blocked out some people because, again, like, if that's the foolishness you wish to be dealing with, mind you, the other thing is, some people that popped up, it was grown men literally doing something right. And I told this person, you condoning that, I'm blocking you now. Mind you, I ain't blocking them. I'm just, getting you off my friends list, because I don't need to see it. And you, as a grown person at this moment in time, you lack discernment. You egging this on. A lot of these people, y'all don't realize they don't love y'all. They will let you run into a brick wall. Mind you, know the brick wall is there and not say nothing to you. And it's great because sometimes, some people have to touch the stove. But if I don't listen because, you gave me the warning and I still kept going 110 miles per hour, I did my job. But these people will get the message to give you the message. They won't give you the message. They don't love you. They secretly wish that you fall into that pit and you expire. That's the word, expire. So be mindful of who your team is, who your people are, or who the people that are coming around or being led around you. Because also be mindful, The alphabet boys, and I done said it before, the alphabet boys will put somebody next to the man, next to the man, next to the man. So that way when the familiarity comes down, how do you know this person? Oh, that's my boys, da 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 da. Oh, this person been around for da 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 da. Nah, that's an alphabet boy, y'all. Know it, understand it. And mind you, they'll sit on you for years. Why? Because I need to build that. I need to build the case. I need to build your confidence. I need to be able to put the person next to the person next to the person. I need to figure out, how this works. So, number one, no new friends. Mind you, it's some new people coming. Have some discernment. Because no new friends, but it's some people coming. It's resonance. Your energy already knows these people. But it don't know them people. Okay? Take it how it resonates. There's also a strong theme of self-trust. Trust yourself. If it don't feel right, I don't care what your man's next to your man say. Trust what you know. Because God gave you discernment. They lacking it. That's the reason why you keep getting caught up in stuff when you dealing with certain people. They don't have no discernment. Kill, steal, destroy. It has a face. If something doesn't, mind you, it ain't the normal face that we see. It's like what I also told you when I put the female next to the man, because I got to infiltrate the spot. But meanwhile, she already tainted. We already got her on the playlist. Y'all hearing it over and over again. Y'all heard it when that man crossed the way, that good dude. And then all of a sudden, y'all heard that girl's name come up in that man case. It ain't new. Y'all just don't listen. Y'all don't pay attention. Y'all be thinking, oh, I just met this shorty. No, you didn't. You did, but you didn't. She know you all the way. Got your whole file. Know your mama, your kids, everything else. When shit starts to change and it's not in the way that you already know it should be going, you done been infiltrated. If something doesn't work before, it's not because you weren't enough. It's because that situation couldn't meet the version of you that was emerging. That's enough. That's a word in its own. I saw a man yesterday. He said this exact thing. It's because the situation couldn't meet the version of you that was emerging. He didn't leave you. He left the version of himself that was emerging. But meanwhile, this person got caught into some, real kinky, situations. And I ain't judging because, again, everybody can grow and there's lessons learned. But guess who got put in that man's way to take that man down? A chick. All right. So know what y'all be knowing. Release the need to explain your healing. The people aligned with you will understand without words. They calling y'all. Calling you home. Home is where the heart is. Y'all gonna keep getting caught up in this mess. But meanwhile, God already told you and gave you energetic signatures. This is what it's gonna look like. This is what it's gonna feel like. You got triggered from the beginning because it didn't feel like your energy said, I don't like it. But meanwhile, you said, let me go test it out and see what happens. And then you got messed up. I gave y'all the explanation, not exclamation. What's leaving is making room, not taking something away. Silence is a strategy, not a weakness. Your intuition is louder now. Listen. I trust the clarity unfolding in my life. I release what no longer aligns and move forward with confidence and peace. Sometimes you got to cut some of these people off because they do not need access to your energy, period, point blank. Some people are energetic vampires. They would like to feed off of you, which last night I noticed that the universe then did a thing and it spun me back to this person that I told y'all my energy noticed, recognized from the beginning. And I actually spoke to this person and they said the same thing happened to them. Mind you, this person lives in a whole nother state. But somehow last night I was, posting my content. And mind you, I didn't kept the men version since, I told y'all they was casting their own and whatever they did with the, 2025, 2026, new year. I did what I did to make sure that everybody knew that I was not a part of that, but also we are a part of it because we are a part of the timeline. So whatever was happening is just happening, right? And so I told y'all about that. Somehow now this person then did a, because they were gone. I haven't even seen this person. Somehow last night they was just sitting and they come across my timeline. But it was funny because as soon as I entered into the person's space and they saw my name, they smiled. And so I gave them, you know, the energy that they needed, and then they turned up. I love that for him. And, you know, not for nothing, since the universe spun me back to, you know, his section, if it does it again, I'll do the exact same thing, because that's the universe saying, you know, maybe they need a little spark or a little, you know, little light. I got a lot of it. Either way, I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here, and always go with God, okay? So that's the message. Hopefully it helped, and I'll see y'all tomorrow, 8:15, same bat time, same bat channel. And Hadish, I love you. Hey, Mike. Happy AM family. You're never late, sir. You're always on time. I love y'all. Spencer, hi. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Aaron Jones, hi. I love you. Thank you for being here. Let me see. It's not letting me. Okay. Aaron Jones. Majestic Grace, always love. Be right. Hi. Thank you for being here. Cash, love you. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Lillian, thank you. Alex, love you. Danelle, hi. Thank you for being here. I don't know what your name says. It's a couple of different things on there because it got stuff in it. Shad, love you. Thank you for being here. Pure Beauty, love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Cash. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna go on and get, y'all already know I got lots of videos to do. Oh, so I haven't done Bring Back Chill R&B. Thank you. I haven't Bring Back Chill R&B since you know, their timeline, and so I gotta do some of them. And I decided the other day, I said I was gonna do 100 videos. So I'm back doing sourdough, just so y'all know also. So if y'all haven't seen that, that's also on the agenda. Thank you for everybody that has been seeing my stuff. It's been some people on Facebook too. They've been actually going into my Amazon store. Thank y'all for doing that, because as y'all know, that helps me, that supports me. And yeah, I just wanted to tell y'all thank y'all, and I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all. Everybody is needed, each one to each one. So I'm going to continue to do what I can, you know, to help and support the collective. And hopefully y'all do the same exact thing, because we're here to help.